Okay, you're live.
All right. So we're live, and I'm Mohanna Bey, or Goddess Mohanna, with Goddess Amora, and this is our very first teleconference, no, not teleconference, but webinar live ever. And today's topic is overcoming our fears so we can positively, powerfully live our dreams in 2016. So if you're here and you're being videoed, just say, I agree, because you're going to be videoed and this is going to be showed later to people who want to come in and see the video and be a part of the Hangout even though they're not today. So everyone's in favor of being recorded. That's being recorded. Say, I agree.
I agree.
Yay. So tonight's activation is basically dealing with fear. And the way we're going to work this whole activation, we're going to talk a little bit about fear. I'm going to give some of my favorite people a chance to talk about some of their fears to kind of bring up the emotion of fear. And then we're going to start through the different exercises I have prepared for us to release these fears and then powerfully grab onto faith, confidence, and everything that's empowering so we can really fulfill our dreams in 2016. So if you're watching this now or if you're watching this at a later date, just call up any fears that you may have. Anything, we have a fear of failure, we have fears of not being good enough, we have fears of death. We have so many different fears out there, and it varies from people to person. So I usually like to keep it abroad at just fear because not everyone's fear is the same as the next person. I for a long time had a very big fear of just asking or being told no. So I had a very big fear for that. So that would be my focus for today is, being told no or just to literally ask somebody something because of the fear of telling no. So is there anyone who would like to share some fears with us, with the group? Just chime in and we'll put you right on the front screen.
Okay.
No pointing at the other person.
There you go.
Okay, Lily and Thomas are up. They're gonna tell us about their fears.
All right. Well, my biggest fears is anxiety attacks.
And what makes you have these anxieties?
Um,
Out, please. I'm listening to something.
Maybe not being, I don't know, a good mother, or not not a good enough spiritual worker, or I don't know, just anxiety that hits me, not being in control what I need to be controlled, but I have to release being in control of everything, basically.
And Thomas, what about you?
I think my fear is not being able to do enough for my family to fulfill what I feel they should be getting out of life. As a father, I feel like, I should be in control of taking care of everybody so that they don't have to worry about things. And I guess that's my biggest fear always, is not being able to do enough for them.
See, so, logical. There's a very logical fears, and I'm sure there's people out listening now or listening later on that's going to say, yeah, Thomas, you're right on, because I have those same fears. Now, is there anyone else who wants to share with us their fears?
This is Joan, and so one of my biggest fear is just being embarrassed in public. I know that seems strange, but
that is so
embarrassment. It's like, please don't embarrass me, whatever you do. It makes me feel diminished. It makes me want the earth to swallow me up, open up and swallow me. Like, just don't embarrass me, whatever you do.
Where do you live?
I get that.
I know.
All right, Underground Queen, you're on blast. So let's tell us about some of your fears.
I would say, why is my picture not getting big like everybody else's?
You on big screen. I see you on big screen.
All right, okay. I think, well, I know I think it's, well, the responsibility that comes with, I guess, the success. I like to feel like I'm in control of things, and when I feel like I'm not in control of things, um, I kind of like, I guess, I don't want to say run from it. I just half-ass it sometimes, just so that I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like I
No,
do
that completely makes sense.
a certain point, and then when I get too comfortable, I just stay there, and then I don't expand or do it as broad as I want to be. I'm cooking. I'm sorry,
No, no problem, no problem.
but
Go ahead.
I mean, I know that's something that I'm currently working on now. So I'm just trying. I'm just continuing on with that process of not being, afraid of the success and the responsibility that comes with it, and
Hmm.
things like that, and just disappointing people in general.
Yeah, the fear of living up to your name. Once you got to a certain level of success, it gets really fearful. Like, can I keep that level, or can I live up to people's expectations of me for being at this level of success? I completely get that. So, we're gonna calibrate right now where our fears are at with these certain topics, and I'll go first. My fear of being told no, like if I didn't have one person on this hangout right now, this activation, I would be like, oh my God, they told me no. So I think I've done a lot of work on that, so now I'm able to invite people. But a year ago, I probably would never even reached out to you guys. But like, I'm probably like at a 6 now, where it used to be a 10. But from the work that I've done with myself, I'm probably like at a 6. I still have these fears that give me like nervousness, like what if they don't show up, or what if they tell me no? So my fears of being told no, not being successful is probably at a 6. And we'll go to Lily and Thomas.
Mine's probably
What
around
level?
7.
Yeah, and
It's not
state
bad,
your
but it's
fear
about
again.
7. My fear is basically not being 100% the father or husband person that I should be, and making sure that my family is 100% taken care of. You
Right.
know, I don't expect them to take up my load, and they shouldn't have to do my work for me. They should be able to sit back and just enjoy being family.
We still love him though. That's the
Oh,
human. That's the human in us.
I love it. Lily,
I'm number 7.
and what was your fear again?
Anxiety and not being a good spiritual worker. And a good mommy and a good wife.
Mm.
Joan.
Yeah, so what I said before was, the fear of being embarrassed in public. And I say that would be like a 5 for me because, after loving myself, loving my heart, and just working from that place of self-love, then, I know it's not my issue. If people embarrass me, it's their thing. So, I'm about a 5 on that.
Excellent.
Thank
And
you.
Underground Queen, where are you?
I fluctuate between I guess you could say, I fluctuate between a 3 and a 7. It's a lot of fluctuation. It depends on. I have a good spiritual core, like I got a good tribe. So if I'm communicating well with my tribe, then it's like a 3. If I go into recluse hermit mode, it's about a
Hmm.
7.
I could totally get that. I could totally get that. So what we're gonna do at the beginning, now that we have the fears and we kind of like brought up these emotions of fears, we're gonna go through the G breath, which we're gonna do 2 cycles of gamma. So I want you to basically follow along with me, and you want to take in as deep of a breath and let out the breath as deep as you can go. And I will go mouth, which will mean, or I'll actually take a little bit slower and say in through the mouth. Medium, which means we'll take a medium breath in through the mouth, and then I'll say out of the mouth, medium, and we'll let the breath out in a medium pace. So we're going to do that right now, but first we'll empty out all the air from our lungs mouth, deep breath. Out of the mouth. Slow breath in through the mouth. Slow breath out of the nose. Medium breath in through the nose. Medium breath out of the nose. Fast breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Medium breath in through the mouth. Out of the mouth. Slow breath in through the mouth. Slow breath out of the nose. Medium in through the nose. Medium out of the nose. Fast breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Medium breath in through the mouth. And out of the mouth, medium. Take a half breath in, half breath out. And relax for a second. You may feel a little lightheaded. Through this double breath cycle, you went through every brain wave, which is alpha, beta. You go through beta, alpha, delta, theta, and you continue that cycle 2 times, going through beta, alpha, theta, delta, and that gives you a gamma, gamma, and it helps you process this memory, these emotions, these fears of fear. So right now you might feel a little lightheaded because that also releases DMT in the brain. And the DMT release in the brain is a chemical that the brain doesn't release often enough, but through these breaths, it helps the brain release the DMT, which helps you process the information that we're trying to obtain. It helps you process the fear that's going on in the brain also. So right now, you can have a little bit of grounding going on. The way that you ground yourself back into the body, you touch something and you state the color. So I would say turquoise shirt. So you touch something, turquoise scarf, brown skin,
Orange cup.
white table.
Green pillow.
And after doing about 3 or 4 of those, you'll start feeling grounded back into the body. Like you're back here, you're here, you're here.
Sure.
So if everyone's back, we're going to go ahead and, again, you're going to focus on, for your own individual purpose, the fear that is calling you, the fear that is stopping you. Is a fear. So a fear of being told no is holding me back from clients. It's holding me back from asking people to join hangouts. It's holding me back from a number of things. And the fear of being embarrassed in public may hold you back from dancing or being free in public or even public speaking, just from that fear of being embarrassed. And the fear of being a good husband and wife may cause friction in your marriage because you have these fears there. And then the same way with the fear of being a good spiritual leader will hinder you from reaching out to those who need your help and aiding and helping people develop spiritually. So these are the fears that we want to keep to the forefront of our mind, and we're going to process them through what is called tapping, meridian tapping. So the best way to use the 2 fingers would be to put them into this position right here. So it's your thumb, pinky, ring finger, and then the two fingers. And we'll use them to tap on the meridians. I'll say eyebrow. I'll say outside of the eye. I'll say under the eye. I'll say under the nose. Under the mouth. I'll say collarbone, and you have two meridians on the collarbone. You can touch either side, or you can tap both sides, or you can use your fists. I like to use both of my hands with the thumb and the fingers on both. Then I'll say under the arm, so it's like your armpit and about 3 inches below your armpit, like kind of on the rib cage, you tap there. And then I'll say top of the head, and it's kind of like the crown of your head. You'll feel these different little tingles. Some people are more sensitive than others. Some people will feel it in the eyebrow more than they'll feel it under the arm, but you can feel the different meridians as you tap. And then we'll also do a process called the 9 gamut. And 9 gamut is simply the spot in between your pinky finger and your ring finger on your hand, in between that bone. And so you'll tap again using your fingers in this position. And you'll tap there. And we'll go through a process where I'll say close your eyes, open your eyes, looking down to the right without moving your head, looking down to the left, rolling your eyes in a complete circle, going from the wall, ceiling, wall, floor, wall, ceiling, going the other way, wall, floor, wall, ceiling, wall, floor. You'll take a deep breath and you'll hum. You count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll hum again. In this particular sequence right here, it helps you connect the right and the left brain. So you're basically balancing those memories in both the right and left brain. And then we'll do a breathing cycle. We already went through the breathing cycle so we can process. And then we'll go through some more meridian tapping to help us process the positive. So we're going to go through the negative emotion, which is fear. And you're going to focus on what it is that you're fearful of. And then after we finish through the process of fear, we're going to go into some positive, which is the most wonderful part because it makes you feel all tingly inside. So right now, we're going to grab our 2 fingers to our thumb, 2 fingers, and we're going to go to the eyebrow. And you can repeat after me. This fear.
This fear.
This fear.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it
go.
I am releasing this fear right now on a cellular level.
I'm releasing fear right now on a cellular level.
I am giving myself permission
I'm giving myself permission
to release resistance to fear.
to release resistance to fear.
Releasing resistance to fear.
Releasing resistance to fear.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
All of this resistance to fear.
All of this resistance to fear.
It
no longer serves me.
It no longer serves me.
So I choose to let it go.
So I choose to let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go.
Collarbone. All of this fear.
All of this fear.
I am releasing it, mind, body, soul, and spirit.
I am releasing it, mind, body, soul, and spirit.
Under the arm. All of this fear.
All of this fear.
Release resistance, let it go.
Release resistance, let it go.
Take a deep breath, top of the head. All of this fear.
All of this fear.
Release resistance, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Release resistance, let it go, let it go,
let it go.
Eyebrow. I choose to release resistance to all of this fear.
I
I choose to
choose
release
to release
resistance to all
resistance
this
to
fear.
all of this fear.
outside of the eye. I am giving myself permission to let go of fear.
I'm giving
I
myself
give
permission.
myself permission to let go of fear.
Under the eye. This fear is silly.
This
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 fear
fear
is
fear
is
is
silly.
silly.
It is only false evidence appearing real. It is only
It is
is
only
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 false evidence
false
false
evidence
appearing real.
appearing
appearing
real.
real.
So I choose to let it go.
So
So
I
I
choose
to
to let
choose to
it
let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let
go,
it go,
let
go,
it
let
go.
it go.
Under the nose. All of this fear,
All of
All
this
this
fear,
fear,
I am releasing it on a cellular level.
I
I'm
am
releasing it on
releasing
a
it.
cellular level.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let
Let
it
it go,
go,
let it
let it
go.
go, let it go.
Under the lip. This fear,
This
This fear,
fear,
release resistance, let it go.
release
release
resistance, let it
resistance,
go.
let it go.
Collarbone. All of this fear,
all of
All of
this
this fear,
fear.
I am letting it go with every muscle,
I'm
I'm
letting
letting
it
go
go
with
with
myself.
muscle,
Every muscle,
tissue, fiber of my entire DNA.
Cyber,
tissue,
fiber of my entire DNA.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it
let it go, let
go,
it
let
go,
it
let it
go,
go.
let it go.
This fear,
This fear,
This
I am
fear,
releasing it now.
I am
I'm releasing it
releasing it.
now.
Release resistance, let it go.
Release
Release
resistance, let it
resistance,
go.
let it go.
All of this fear,
All of this
All
fear,
this fear,
I am releasing resistance, let it go.
I am releasing
resistance,
resistance,
let it go.
let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let
Let
it
it go,
go,
let it go,
let
let
it
it go.
go, let it go.
Take a deep breath and grab your wrist and let it go. Now I want you to focus again on your specific fears that you want to work on tonight. And again, the 9 gamut, the 2 fingers to thumb, 2 fingers tapping on the 9 gamut spot. Continuously keeping that fear in the forefront of your mind. I want you to close your eyes and think about the fear. Open your eyes. Look down to the right. Look down to the left. Roll your eyes around in a circle, going wall, ceiling, wall, floor, wall, ceiling, wall. Go the other way. Ceiling, wall, floor, wall, ceiling, wall, floor. Take a deep breath and hum.
I'm missing this because
and, and count to 7. 1, 2,
no.
3, 4, 5,
Look here.
6,
Look here.
7. And hum again. Relax.
Huh?
I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about that thing that's causing you fear. So I'm going to calibrate myself as far as fear being told no. I feel about a 5. I'm about at a 5 now. But maybe 4, kind of 4-ish 5. And we're going to go around and you can kind of express where you are. We're starting with Lily and Thomas.
Lily's taking care of the baby, so
Okay, Thomas, where are you at?
I'm probably at a 4, 5.
Joan?
I'm trying to find it.
That happens sometime. It get blown out. Sometimes it get blown out so soon.
Yes.
So we'll come back. You keep on closing your eyes and try to focus on fear. Okay, Underground Queen, where are you at?
About a 3.
Excellent. 3. We're gonna come back to Joan one more time.
I don't know, maybe a 2 or so.
2 or so. That's excellent. So now we're gonna go on the third eye. We're just gonna go a few little a few rounds with where we feel. So you don't have to really say it out loud. You can basically keep along with me. What I'm saying, you can say it in your mind, but I want you to, again, keep your fingers in this position, the thumb, pinky, ring finger together, and then the 2 fingers, and you're going to tap here on the third eye.
Okay, I have to fix that.
So we're going to just follow along with me. What do I need to do in order to release resistance to fear?
What do I need to in order to release?
Just repeat along in your mind. Just keep along with me in your mind if you can. What is stopping me from releasing resistance to fear? Right or wrong, good or bad, reward or punishment, for all the reasons I created this fear, I will uncreate it now. Take a deep breath. This fear that I've created, I choose to release it over to God now. I am giving myself permission to detach from any said curses, spells, hooks, bonds, or any outside influences that have created this fear. I ask Father God to release me now. Release resistance to all fear, past, present, and future. I am giving myself permission to feel in alignment to the source energy that's inside of me, that is love, that is opposite of fear. I am releasing all fear right now, mind, body, soul, and spirit, and so it be. Take a deep breath and grab your wrist. Right here, we're going to go through a breath to process any of the fear. Before we do that, I want you to close your eyes. Allow any of the fear to raise up. You two at home that's doing this in our land beyond the lands, or anybody who's watching the recording, go ahead and go inside. Be aware of any other fears that's still lingering around. And I want to keep the fear to the forefront of the mind, and we're going to go through the breath again so we can process this fear again. So emptying all of the air out of your lungs. Breathe in through the mouth. Breathe out of the mouth. Slow breath. Breathe in through the mouth. Slow breath out of the nose. Medium breath in through the nose. Medium breath out of the nose. Fast breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Medium breath in through the mouth. Focusing on the fear. Medium breath out of the mouth. Medium breath in, slow breath in through the mouth. Slow breath out of the nose. Medium breath into the nose. Medium breath out of the mouth. Fast breath into the nose, out of the mouth. Into the mouth, medium. Out of the mouth, medium. Half breath in, half breath out. And relax, returning to normal breathing. I feel so tingly. So we're going to try to ground it back into the body because you're probably spacey out there. Again, with the DMT releasing from the brain, it gives you this high feeling like, woo! So you want to kind of bring yourself back to earth, bring yourself back to the body. So you touch again, touch an item, say the name of the coloring and what it is. So I say turquoise shirt, turquoise scarf, white table, brown hand, brown bracelet.
Bracelet.
So let's do a little calibration. So I'm trying to find the fear of being told no. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I'm pretty blown out right there. I'm probably like at a 1. I don't really feel any fear of being told no right now. So I'm going to pass it over to Thomas and Lily.
1. I agree. Me too.
3.
Lily? 3. All
Because
right.
kids.
Yeah, she had to walk away a little bit, but it's okay.
It's all good.
Joan, where are you at? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm not feeling any fear right this moment.
What about you, Underground Queen?
About a 2.
2. Those
Two
are
at the moment.
all great numbers. Those are perfect numbers for where we can focus more in on the positive now. So I would put out a suggestion in the opposite of fear. I would say faith. And I would like anybody else to throw out some words or some emotions that you would like to have in replace of fear. What would you like to replace that with? So I'm going to say faith. So let's ask Lily and Thomas, what's something that you would like to replace with fear?
Happiness and joy, obviously.
That's good. Joan?
Love, definitely.
Love. Yes, love. What about you, Queen?
Patience.
Patience, right?
And joy.
Excellent. So we're going to use some of those words to tap in. So when we release a huge negative charge, that's great to release the negative charge because we have those running in the neural pathways of our brain. They're causing the universe to bring us more circumstances to basically convict that fear inside of us. So there might be a time where you might, for Joan, she might trip over the sidewalk and look around like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Or Lily and Thomas might argue about household issues, which would confirm the fear that I'm not doing good enough job. Me, I might be told no. Somebody might say, no, not today. And it's nothing personal to me, but I might take it personal. And same with Queen, you might feel like, oh, I'm not good enough when I'm not with my spiritual family on my own by myself. I'm not not this good. So those fears are logical, and those are good to get those out of the neural pathways by tapping through the meridians to help us release those charges. But the main charge we want to focus on, more so than the negative, is the positive, because positive charges hold much more energy than negative. And what some practitioners fail to realize, if you're focusing on just the negative, you release all this negative charge and you have all this empty space, but you have all this positive there, so you have no room for positive to come in. So the only thing that can come in is more negative. So eventually people find themselves relapsing back into those old emotional patterns because they haven't released this huge positive charge that can allow positivity to come in their life. So now we're going to do some tapping, and we're going to focus on the positive words or affirmations that we basically put out, like joy and happiness, faith, and different things that replace the fear. So right now, I'm going to say again, taking the pinky and the ring finger to the thumb, and the middle finger and the index finger, and we're going to go through the meridian points. And I feel joy. And you can repeat after me. I feel joy.
I feel joy,
And this feels so good.
and this
Mm,
feels so
good.
good.
I have so much faith
I
I
have
have
so
so
much
much
faith
faith
and so much courage.
and
and
so
so
much
much
courage.
courage.
It feels good to be at peace.
It feels
Feels
good.
good to be at peace.
I love myself.
I
I
love
love myself.
myself,
And everything is good.
and
And
everything
And
is
everything
good.
is good.
everything is good because I love myself.
Everything
Everything
is
is
good
good because
because
I love
I
myself.
love myself.
I have so much faith and courage.
I have
I,
so
So
much
much faith
faith
and
and
courage.
courage.
it feels so good to have so much faith and so much courage.
It
It
feels
feels
so
good
good to
to
have
have so much faith and
faith
so much
and so
courage.
much courage.
There is joy running through my body, mind, and spirit.
There's
There
joy
is
running
joy
through my
running through
mind, my
my
body,
body,
and spirit.
mind, and spirit.
I am joy.
I
I
am
am joy.
joy.
Outside of the eye, I am peace.
I am
I
peace.
Under the eye, I am love.
I
I
am
am love.
love.
Under the nose, I am courage.
I
I
am
am
courage.
courage.
Under the lip, I am faith.
I
I
am
am faith.
faith.
And this feels so good.
And this
It feels
feels
so good.
so good.
Collarbone, I am a direct reflection
I
I
am
am a
a
direct reflection
reflection
of God emanating outward.
of
of God
God
emanating
emanating
outward.
outwards.
And it feels so good.
And
And
this
it feels
feels
so good.
so good.
God's love feels so good.
God's
God's love
love
feels so
feels
good.
so good.
So I have no reason to fear.
So
So
I
I have
have no reason
no
to fear.
reason to fear.
So this feels good.
So
So
this
this
feels good.
This feels really good to have faith
This
feels
feels
really
really
good
good
to
to
have
have
faith.
faith.
that I have courage
And
That
I
I
have
have
courage.
courage
and I have joy.
And
and I
I
have
have
joy.
joy.
Take a deep breath and grab your wrist and let it go. And right there, we're going to do something that's called magics. And magics is where you take an energy in that moment that you can take a positive image where you can remember feeling so much courage or faith or any type of positive memory, and you want to lock that into your entire being. So you would do something called magics, which again is an energy fist system using the fingers. Again, it's the pinky, the ring finger, here, and then you have the two fingers, the middle and the index finger, and you do that again on the opposite hand. And then you're going to put them to your temples. And you're going to stare straight ahead, find something, a non-moving object you can focus on, and you're going to think about it. You're going to think about all that joy, all that faith, all of that freedom, all of that peace. that you can remember. You can bring yourself to a moment where you actually felt so courageous. Bring yourself to a moment where you felt so at peace and love. And if you can't even bring yourself to that moment, a moment that you remember someone else having those moments, you just focus on that, stare straight ahead, count to three, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to tap your temples 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and relax. And that feels so good. Now I'm going to go where I'm going to share. I feel so powerful. I feel I could ask anybody. I could ask somebody for $1 million right now and feel confident they're going to say, yeah, I don't have $1 million, but I'll give you 100,000. So
I don't know.
I feel really good. I feel excellent right now, but it's not so much about me, it's about you. How do you feel? How do you feel out there? If you want to, even if this video is later, you watching it later, please definitely leave comments of how you felt throughout the process. But right now we're going to go over to Lily and Thomas. I want to know how you feel right now.
I feel good.
Well, I missed it because I had to take care of the kids, but I feel good too.
Ah. Joan?
I feel wonderful. You know, bring on the embarrassing moments. Just bring them on.
They won't be embarrassing, I tell you that.
Exactly. That's
Like,
why.
let me trip over the sidewalk. Underground Queen, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good.
That's good. That's good. What about your fears? Where are you at with your fears?
I ain't really scared of nothing right now.
Excellent. That's excellent. And that's the whole process of these activations, what they do for you. They help you to release these traumas, these fears, or whatever it is that we're going through in our life that's keeping us back from moving forward. It helps us release it on an emotional level and also on a mental level. So you're processing the memories as we going through, focusing on those memories, you're processing them, releasing them. The emotions that come up with fear, we're processing those emotions and we're letting them go and setting ourselves free so we can positively be very creators, the creators that we're supposed to be in our lives, because so many things hold us back. But one of the main things, and this is why it's the first thing that I wanted to focus on, is the fear. We have so many different fears of tiny little things, but they keep us from doing so much. But if we can get the fears under control and say, you know, I'm fearless, baby, we can live powerfully. We can be those God beings to other people's lives. We can live in abundance and joy and fearlessness and courage, and people can see that in us, and they will start feeling like maybe there's not so much to be afraid about. So I want you to take everything that you learned today, or come back to this video. If you're something else, you can always come back and focus on that certain fear and release it. Don't allow it to stay. You can always, I do private one-on-one sessions with people. I will continue to do these group activations for the next several weeks. We're going to keep on focusing on fears because everybody has a couple of fears. I could probably name maybe 2 more that I have. But we have to name that we embed from the society or what our parents taught us or what we gain from the media. Like, oh my God, this is going to happen. So we have all these unjust false evidence appearing real and making us, you know, accept that maybe it's not safe. And really, that thought right there is hindering us from being the husband, the wife that we can be together, being the spiritual provider to other people, being able to step out powerfully in our existence out to the world because we're afraid of these certain fears. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to be told no. So I just want to thank everyone so much for coming and joining us. Everyone who didn't get on the video hangout, that's watching the video live, everybody that watched the video later, thank you so much for participating. We will be doing this every Thursday for the next several weeks. The next topic will be fear, so you can bring your fears next week and we're gonna get rid of them too. And I just want to thank everybody. I feel awesome. I love everybody so much, and I just want to wish everyone peace and joy, always love and light for me and Goddess Amora to you. Thank you, thank
Namaste.
you, thank you. Namaste.
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 So if anyone have any closing words that they want to say, we're going to open up the floor.
Thank you so much, Mahana. It was awesome. We enjoyed it.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Very much.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know what to expect. And,
Right. I
I'm
didn't know at all.
so I'm pleasantly surprised and delighted.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think it's safe to say that we're closing out for the night. It was an awesome, awesome activation, and I look so forward to the next one. Everyone have a very blessed weekend, and remember, you are fearless, baby.
Good
Mwah.
Well,
night.
Night.